Welcome back to John Kleis Car Audio's YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk you through a installation we're doing on this Ford Mustang 5-litre V8 gas guzzler, the big boy. We've already made a very big start on this already. I'm a little bit slow at starting this video off, but what we're going to do is we're going to explain what we're having on this system, which is Sony speakers in the front, Sony speakers in the back, the mobile ES range, audio control amplification, 2 amps, one to run the front speakers, one to run the subwoofer. We're having the JL 13-inch TW5, which is a very slimline sub, but with quite a bit of output, proper flat subwoofer. The audio control amp's got digital sound processing built in to sort out our source unit that's at the front, which is a factory sync-free system. And what we're going to start with first is we're going to show you a little video on us soundproofing the front doors, which is the first thing we always do. Hope you like that little video of my colleague Dave doing the soundproofing on the front doors. Sped up, obviously. It takes a long time to soundproof a pair of doors. Now, the material we used for this is a mix of two. So on the outer skin, you would have seen him applying, look like black material, but it's actually a dual liner. So it's actually got the 3mm butyl as well as like a thermoacoustic liner on top. That's gone on the outer skin. And then the inner skin, which is behind me, you can see here, is the 1.8mm Dodo mat, which does the whole of the inner skin. Now, next thing to soundproof is obviously the door cards, which my other colleague Matt's going to do now, and you're going to see that video right in a second. Trying to not spend most of my time on my knees for this video. Yes, so back to speaker install. You've just seen the door cards being soundproofed. Next thing on the job list is to fit the speakers, which in this platform we're fitting the Sony Mobile ES three-way speakers, so that's a mid-bass, mid-range and a tweeter. Now we want to keep this car looking fairly standard, so we're putting all the speakers in the original positions with as little modification as possible. And you're going to see that installation of those speakers right now by my colleague Dave, who's currently wiring the amps behind me. Hi Dave. Client's taking a sneaky look. He shouldn't even be allowed in here. I'm on my knees again. At the back end of the car, the business end, we are doing a bespoke boot build, or a small boot build, because the customer wants all the equipment underneath the factory floor, not using any usable boot space. Now, if I take you around it quickly, this is the boot. We've made a start already, as you can see. This is going to be the area where we put the subwoofer, just there. That's having a 13-inch JL sub, and we're having those audio control amps side by side here. We're going to make it look a bit pretty. We're going to use some coloured Alcantara, some Dynamica, and we're also going to put some RGB lighting in so it looks really nice. We're going to make sure the sub box has got the right cubic capacity, no matter what, because obviously that's extremely important for the sub to sound good. And I'm going to try and come back and forward while Simon is working his magic in the boot and showing you progress as and when. See you soon. These are the kind of positions he's got to get in to soundproof the rear shelf. Progress is happening on this Mustang. It's been a few days since my last clip at the back of the car, so we're going to just give you an update of where we are now. We've started making cabling, so all the thick 4-gauge power cable is all connected to the battery, put in convoluted tubing, fuse holders fitted, heat shrink, looking all tidy. That obviously runs to the back. The front door cards are now back on, a couple of bits still need to be finished. Crossovers that you saw in the footwell earlier in the little B-roll, we've now made a nice little 3D printed, basically the Mobile ES logo, which is the Sony high-end audio speaker logo they use, just for as a touch. You're never gonna see it, customers never gonna see it, but if anyone was to take it apart, they'd see a nice panel covering the crossovers. Simon is currently dry fitting the RGB lighting, which is going to go into this boot here. We want to see what the lighting looks like before we actually commit, or before he commits. And this is where we are with the install at the moment. So you've got the 2 audio control amps through the window. You've got the JL subwoofer mounted in its own proper box with a couple of layers above. So the reason we put layers in is to allow space for the RGB lighting to ping through these little gaps here, and also just looks damn cool and all. But yeah, I'll keep coming back as and when I can, because there's still a few more days left on this installation. So I'll see you soon. We're finished. Mustang is all done. It's been about a good week since I last did a clip. Taken 2.5 weeks, roughly 3 weeks to finish this job from beginning to end for a couple of our guys. Really happy with the results of this. It looks awesome in the boot, but don't take my word for it. Let's have a look. And there it is. All built in-house. We've got the 2 audio control amplifiers recessed into the void underneath the factory Mustang floor with this cut-out window, which we've taken a little bit of design from the rear lights to just to create a shape in there rather than just a square. We've got the crazy JL Audio 13.5 TW5 slimline subwoofer, which packs a massive punch, but at still the same time you can fit it underneath a floor like this. So what we've also created, because you can imagine this is too pretty to throw anything on top of it, we've actually created a floor which we're going to show you shortly that goes over the whole top of this to hide it all and keep the boot fully practical for the user. These lighting, I've just put it on purpley pink just to basically announce it, but we've got a remote control here where we can change all the lighting for all the RGB. So literally, if I turn the remote on, we can cycle through every single color like a rainbow, like that. The lighting works really well on this. I mean, look at the way it pings off the actual audio control cases. Absolutely, just get some wicked effects in here. And then rather than, if you don't want colors, you can also have whites. So you can literally use 1 white, 2 white, 3 white, and I think even 4 whites, yeah. Now what we've done as well, we've used yellow Alcantara, so if I turn the lights off, it still pops, because we've got a real genuine yellow Alcantara underneath this black vinyl. There's quite a few layers to the system, as you can see, and we've done layers, like I explained earlier in the video, to allow the lighting to be hidden through void, so you don't see any of the lighting. Look at that. Yeah, to be fair, stunning job. Created a masterpiece. Simon's done the boot. Dave's been in the front doing all the speakers, as you saw earlier in the video. This client is on Instagram as well as the big LPW, similar to his plate, so give himself a follow. We've also done a security system on his car, which we've got another video for. That should be popping up about there for the link. But yeah, I'm going to now show you the floor that covers it all. So let's just quickly put that in now. And there you have it, completely hidden. So the customer has got a fully usable boot. We've even made these up stands just to make sure stuff in there doesn't fall over. Use a carpet that's as close match as we can. And what you may have noticed, if you're a good eagle eye, is before here was a factory shaker subwoofer from Ford. We've actually bought this panel from a non-shaker equipped car to basically make it look like it never had a sub to begin with. So nice little touch there. But yeah, that is it for this Mustang. Extremely happy with results. I'm sure the customer will be. He's currently waiting in the shop, so I better go greet him and bring him down, because it is literally 5 to 11 and he did say he'd be here 5 minutes ago, so I better go help him out. So I will see you soon. Ta-ta.
These turn individual colours off and on. There is instructions in the little thing.
Pass the drug test, we gotta celebrate. Yeah.